updating the test cases? Writing test cases or not?
Ma'am, I have sent new test case about Amazon.
When? Today?
Yesterday only I sent.
Hmm. I did not get time to go to. Sanjana. Okay, so today, like for 15 to 20 minutes, we'll look at some of the test cases. I see Kanaka Lakshmi. Because this is very important. I don't know how you guys have written. So. Flipkart. Is it a mobile application? Okay. How many are there? Okay, just find some good ones. Guys, as I already mentioned, please don't hard code the numbers, mobile numbers. Okay. It depends on the application. As I already said, you will have to test it from different numbers. Okay. So that's the reason, please don't mention the test data. See, for all the test cases, it's just that you have copy pasted, right? So that doesn't look good. Okay. Okay. So what is this? Verify that the user can log in with email. Email ID. Okay. Valid email ID or invalid email ID. Just be specific. Wants to join. Okay. So be specific, guys. User should be logged into the account with valid data. Login with email ID. Account with valid data. Is this correct? Is the precondition valid here? And this is a question to all of you.
No, ma'am, it's
Correct?
not valid.
No, ma'am.
What was supposed to be written?
Launch the application if it's a mobile application. Or if it's a website, then enter the URL and
Okay.
that will be test steps.
But actually precondition is not required because she has said that launch the application with the URL, right? See, you're saying mobile number. This is a web application. You have written test cases for web application. Where are the test cases for mobile application? Who's this? Kanaka Lakshmi, right? Kanaka Lakshmi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are the test cases for mobile application?
Ma'am, I will send now.
Okay, so we'll just look at this. This is a very important point. So you have written, Kanak Lakshmi, please observe. So you have written launch the application with the URL. Okay. So you enter www.flipkart.com, navigate to home page. See, when you enter this URL, you have to click on enter. What is the action that you perform? Please mention that. You're saying navigate to home page. As soon as you log in or launch the application, see what is, I am not understanding. 1 second. Launch the application. So by default, you land on the home page. Yes or no? So this thing is not required. This particular case is not, step is not required. So you have not yet logged in. You want to log in with a valid email ID. But here you are saying you enter the URL. What do you do? See, www.flipkart.com. Correct? I'll click on this. See, you have to go to the home page. What is this regard that you have written?
Ma'am, I will check.
You can also do it from the home page. Okay, flipkart.com. Okay, now you have to hover your mouse and click on login. Correct? Here, where is your test case? Here. Navigate to home page. Click on login button and enter required details. This is okay. But what is this navigate to home page? This case is not required. You can directly write click on login button. See, once you enter the URL and launch the application, it's just that you have to click on the application. Login button. Correct? You're already on the home page. You don't have to explicitly mention that please navigate to home page. Did you get this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay, so here precondition is not required because you are trying to log in. That itself is the test case. And what do you mean by precondition? Precondition is something that needs to be ready before executing this particular test case. So what do you need? One thing, if you really want to write something in the precondition, you can say that launch the application. Launch this application. You can say this in the precondition if you want to write something. Otherwise, you can keep it blank. There is no compulsion for all the test cases. You have to write precondition and you have to write test data. No, it's not mandatory for you to write precondition and test data for all the test cases. Only if required, you can write. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And verify that the user can log in with the mobile number. User should be logged in to the account with. See again, you're writing for with mobile number, email ID, mobile number. Okay. See here, what did you say? Verify that the user can log in with the email ID. But in the test data, you are providing the mobile number. Okay, let me agree. Test data, you're providing some test data. But is this a valid email ID? You're saying it as mobile number, right? Please be aware. Whenever you write test cases, please be aware what you're writing. Okay, what is required? What is the data that is required to log in? Please be careful. Think and then write the test case. Okay. Here, mobile number. Okay. Navigate to home page. Again, navigate to home page is not required. Click on login button, enter valid mobile number. So here you split it into two steps. Click on the login button and then you enter a valid mobile number. But here you combined two steps in one single step. Click on login button and enter required details. What is that required details? You shouldn't write it like this. Be very specific. 100 times I've told you guys. Fourth point. Next point. Third point, say it as click on login button. Okay. Next point, say enter valid email address. What do? You enter valid email address, right? Okay. You enter valid email address. And what is the test case that you have written? Login with email ID. Login successful. Hey, where is the OTP? Where are the next steps? Just by providing the email ID, will you be able to log in?
No, ma'am.
No, right? So please try to understand. You are testing the functionality of email. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Here, in the test case, you're not just testing the functionality of the email. If you want to write these test steps, here in the summary, say that I'm testing the functionality of email. But since you're saying I'm verifying the user login functionality, how will you be able to log in? You have to provide valid email ID and then you have to provide the OTP. And then once after you submit your OTP, then you will be logged in successfully. Correct? Here in the test cases, you are saying that the user can log in with the email ID. What you have to write? Launch the application, then click on login button, enter required details. Sorry, not enter required details. Provide valid, next step, fourth step. Provide a valid email ID or enter valid email ID. Click on what? Request OTP button. Okay. And then don't say in the test steps itself, don't say an OTP will be sent to the registered email ID. Don't say that. That is the result, one small result that you obtain. But what is the action that happens after clicking on OTP? You will get a page, right? There you have to enter the OTP in the next page. So fifth point will be enter the OTP that has been received by the registered email ID or whatever mobile number. Okay. Then next point, click on submit button. Then you can say that new user should be logged in successfully and directed to home page. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Small mistakes, but please be careful.
Yes, ma'am.
I actually want to check. Yes, do you have something to say? Yes, it's again, same points. Okay, be clear with those.
Ma'am, I will correct and I will update you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Not just you, Kanakshmi. I haven't reviewed all the test cases. I mean, all the test cases that everybody has written. Okay, so others might have also made same mistakes or same kind of similar mistakes. So I want them to correct. Everybody should understand this. Click on login button, navigate to login page. Click on remember me checkbox. And login. Explicitly logged out. Okay. Hey. Login button, navigate to login page. Click on remember me checkbox. Where do you have remember me? Where is it? Kanakshmi, where is it? This is the login page. Where is remember me? Here or after logging in, whatever you get. Remember my password or remember me. Is that what you're mentioning? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Kanakshmi, be careful whenever you write test cases, and you have to remember the same thing might happen even in the organization. They might ask you what is this you have written, and you will have to explain where you get that, what you written. You have to justify. Okay, so this will take a lot of time, so I don't want to take this up in the class. Where are they? Just go through whatever you have written. I want to check the mobile application cases. Yes, good. Looks good. But content is more important. Okay, date of creation, date of review, mobile application test cases. Which is the application that you have written? Which application? Snehapriya, are you there? Okay. Verify the application should be installed successfully. Application from Google Play. Select the application. Verify that installation should be allowed. Application. Okay. Verify that application should be installed successfully. Select the application from Google Play. Okay. Okay. Click on install button. Navigate to the menu and click on the newly installed app. Should be installed successfully. Verify that uninstalled successfully. Important. Execute the test case ID. Click on settings. Select the newly added application. Uninstall successfully. Where do you get the uninstall button? You have to mention that. Okay. And fourth point, you're saying verify. What you have to verify? Click on uninstall button. So I think third point is enough. So no need of any fourth point. Here you are verified in the expected result. The verification part should be mentioned here in the expected result section. Okay, not here. So see, so for this uninstall, okay, you don't have to see if you want to uninstall, you don't have to have the precondition of this. That is, you don't have to select the application from Google Play Store, right? So execute test case ID. What do you mean by test case ID? Okay, it has to be installed first and then, okay, instead of that, just to say application to be installed in the mobile. Okay. Okay, application has to be installed. I'm not saving anything. I'll just cover interruption by calls, interruption by messages. Yes. So guys, please try to read this. User should verify that user should be able to accept phone calls when application is running and should continue from the same point. Okay. Navigate here. Navigate here and there for a moment. Here and there for a moment. Open the application. Not required. Instead of this, you can just say that uh, you're on a specific page, or if you just want to say that you just perform some action, then there's no it is not required for you to mention it in the test case. Okay, but this is fine. I don't say this is a mistake, but yeah, that's fine. Make a call from another device to the device where application, pick up the call. Now disconnect it and verify. So here, and verify is not required. What you're verifying, or in the next point, after the sixth point, you can say that verify the functionality or the behavior of the application. Okay, that looks better. Verify that user should be able to accept messages and okay. And if you had already mentioned which application it is, so you could have you could also cover some test cases like suppose you're using the application in the landscape mode. You get a call. There is an interruption, right? So interruption by call. So at that point of time, what will happen? How will the application behave? Does it switch back to the portrait mode, or will it stay as it is? And if you get a notification, maybe a message or something else, okay, some notification from another application, or you get a WhatsApp call, some video call, any other call, okay, what will happen? How does your application behave? So those things you can cover. Memory, battery, exit application, battery consumption. Guys, please try to understand this is when I say mobile application testing, you don't just try test the installation of the application, uninstallation of application, interruption by calls, interruption by messages, memory, battery. Okay, so you just don't test this much. Main thing what I'm saying is mobile application testing. You're testing the application on the mobile, and here if I see in the execution steps, Sneha Priya, you have mentioned it as click. So it is a tap action. It is the tap action. I have mentioned it multiple times. So it is a tap action. Don't say click. Okay, everywhere you have to mention it as tap. See, click. Everywhere you have mentioned it as click. So please make it as what? Tap. Okay, and when I say mobile application testing, try to cover the test cases for the application. These are additional ones which needs to be considered when you're writing test cases for mobile application. But basically, whatever you write for web, the same thing you can cover it for mobile application. But it is just the navigation part. There will be some slight changes. Okay, with respect to the UI, with respect to screen, there could be some differences when you consider the same application. Say if you were writing test cases for Amazon, it looks the look and feel of the application, the user experience of the application is different on mobile and web. But when you write test cases, it is almost the same. It is just that the action where you have to mention it as tap instead of click. Otherwise, with respect to application, it is same. So if you see here, Mama Earth, okay, how it is different? See, Mama Earth. So if you see this, the search box, search for Upton. I'm not typing anything. Okay, these are the suggestions that it is actually throwing. Search for so and so. It is auto typing, right? But this feature you don't have in the mobile application. If you have already installed Mama the application, okay, just open it and see. So can somebody confirm if you can see the same thing on your mobile application? I know most of you have installed. Can somebody confirm on this right now?
It is visible, ma'am.
Visible, huh?
Yeah.
But I couldn't see on my application that day.
No.
Or
no, ma'am. It's giving.
Giving a okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, somebody said something.
Yeah, it's giving auto. It's giving
okay.
auto.
Same, ma'am.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, I don't remember. That's the reason I gave this example. Okay. Assume that it is not giving. So these kind of slight changes might be there in the application when you consider mobile and web application. Okay. So these kind of cases you need to cover. These are also important. Not just this. Everything that you see on the home page, that you see under the bestsellers. See, probably, maybe because of the screen resolution, here you can see 3 products at a time, okay, under bestsellers. But if you're using mobile, okay, you might have, I don't know, you might have the bestsellers header here somewhere on the top, and all the products will be below. All the products will be shown below, okay. And maybe 3 products are shown here. In your mobile application, it might show only 2, or it might show 4 also. So it depends, okay. So this is the change that I want you guys to write test cases on. So try to explore, keep your web application and same application, open it on your install it on your mobile, which will be your mobile application. So try to explore both. How both are different. Concentrate more on those test cases also, okay, the differences also. And whatever test cases you are writing for, say, search functionality, now you said both are same. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't write uh, test cases for search text field for your mobile application test cases. You have to cover everything. Each and every feature is important when you consider the mobile application. But whatever I had told you, additional ones, installation, uninstallation, interruption, right? So network testing. So all these are additional test cases that you have to write. Please don't get confused, guys. Okay? Not just these many. You have to write everything. Yeah, Priya is done. Sanjana, did I share? No. Not reveal this. Uninstall homepage. See? Okay. Good, but yeah. What is this? Install. Verify the installation functionality of Myntra app from Play Store. And mobile device should have an internet connection. Yes. Awesome. See? This is the precondition, valid precondition. Even if she doesn't write this, it's fine. But yeah, she has covered it. And this is the perfect way of writing. Okay, it should have an internet connection. Launch the Play Store application. Okay, search for Myntra app. Tap on install button. Okay, application should be installed successfully. Okay, verify that the user can launch the application successfully. Application should be installed and connected to the internet. Okay, and device should have device should have internet connection. Okay. Search the application on the app homepage. Okay. Tap on the application. Okay. Application should be launched successfully and users should see application homepage. Okay. Or see. Okay. Here she has written it for Myntra. But if it was some registered, take an example of some other app. I cannot give you examples because you guys do not know. There are like many applications with which a unregistered user, a guest user, cannot access the application. So for them, what will be the page that will be shown? Which page will be shown?
Can you repeat?
For some of the applications, okay, for some of the applications, as a guest user, you cannot access the application. For those kind of applications, what is the page that will be shown when you launch the application?
Homepage.
Homepage, huh? You cannot access the application without logging in, right? So it will be a login page. You are not allowed to use the application as a guest user. So you should have a registered account, right? You have to register first. You should be a registered user. So you will navigate to the login page. So for now, you do not know about this, but you might work on some of the applications. Okay, not probably in the e-commerce domain, but in some other domains, you will find this particular flow. Okay, those applications only if you have a credential, okay, registered credential. Only with that credentials, those credentials, you can log into the application. Those valid credentials. So you might wonder how will we get to know, or how will we get those credentials? So that will be provided by your from your company. Okay, so you, with your official ID, they're going to provide access, something like that. They'll have their internal setup, so that is how they're going to give you the access. Verify user can see various options. The home page. What is this? Application should be installed and connected to internet. Launch the application. Users should see following options: homepage, new, stores, trend next. See, when you say options, which application is this? Mintra. They are not options, guys. Understand? Mintra. I've told you these terminologies. Mintra. Home, new, stores, trend next. Who has written this? New store, trend next. Where is it? Mobile application, huh? But here, where do I see that? Or is it available only on the men? Okay. Search bar, notification icon, wishlist icon, cart icon, product categories. She's saying home page. Who has written this? Sanjana, are you there?
Sanjana. Yes, ma'am.
Are you there? Okay,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
is this test case? Verify user can see various options on the home page. You're saying home page. I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
it's application, but I'm just looking on web for Myntra. So where do you see all these options? User should see following options. Home page. Okay, I see home page. What about new stores? Trend next, profile, search bar is there. Notification icon is there. Wishlist icon. I think it's there. It's there.
In
Ma'am,
mobile,
it's mobile application.
also, ma'am. It's a
Uh,
mobile
it-
application, ma'am.
that's why I just wanted to confirm. So all these things are available in the home page only. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
this many. Okay, fine then. Verify user can redirect a new option page when user taps new icon. Redirect new option page. It's a new icon. What is this new this icon? Huh? New.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it, what is the new option page that you get? New icon. New option page. What do you see there under new? Sanjana, what do you see under new? Just check and let me know. You should be show something page. Okay,
Yes,
she
ma'am.
has written all. Be able to sign up to the application. Go to sign up to the application. Tap on sign up button. Enter valid develop. Recall continue button.
In new option, discount categories, it's showing like that.
Okay. So, okay, fine, got it. So here, there's one more step missing. So, and as soon as you enter the valid OTP received to your mobile, okay,
Yes.
do you have to make an action, or by automatically it gets logged in?
It's automatically taken, ma'am.
Okay, then fine. See, sometimes you will have a submit button where you have to explicitly click on that or tap
Yeah,
on
correct.
that. Right. So that those points, it's very important. Guys, please be
Yes,
aware of
ma'am.
it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Log
ma'am.
out, log in, search. Okay, file module. Okay. You've written for card. Looks good. Okay. But yeah, please practice.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
If I keep on looking at each and every test case, that takes a lot of time. Just file manage account. These are not okay. Wish list. Homepage. Tap on search option. Observe the wish list icon. See, when you say observe, you're observing or you're finding some. You want to see something on the wish list icon. Just mentioned as check for wish list icon. Okay, that
Okay.
holds good. That says indirectly that you just see whether that icon is present or not. But another way, if you are checking on the count or some color change of the wish icon, then you can say observe. These are very minute details that you need to keep it in your mind. Just wish list to red. See this red color. Tap wish list icon is available. See here you're saying verify can user add the product to wish list and wish list icon is turned to red color.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now user should be logged in. Tap on wish list icon available. Wish list icon should turn. Okay, sorry, I got confused. Okay, fine. Okay, looks good, Sanjana. But please continue writing test cases. Okay. Write for integration and end-to-end cases. Please, you guys are writing only for functional test cases. Please concentrate on. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, okay. Others will look at this probably tomorrow. If I get time, I'll review. Yeah.
Ma'am, one
Any
second, ma'am.
questions?
Ma'am, actually, I shared the test cases, ma'am, but it is not in the inbox of your mail. Can you check me once and confirm me, ma'am?
Who's that?
Sneha, ma'am. Sneha.
Sorry, with Sneha? Sneha Priya?
Sneha Gowder, ma'am. Tuesday I shared, ma'am.
Tuesday is 20th, no?
Yeah,
21st.
21st.
21st, I've got, okay, 21st, Vaidehi and Hema. Only 2 members.
I will
Just
share once again.
share it once more.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. Where were we? So, guys, I think your project transition class went well. Did you connect with Basangad anytime today, all of you? I see some resumes were shared and self-introduction approaches were shared. Did you guys get a chance to talk to him or how is it? Why was this posted?
Yeah, ma'am. Class was there at 7 to 8 o'clock.
Okay, what was covered?
Preparing of resume and documents required.
Introduction part.
And
Sorry?
self-preparation, self-introduction details.
Okay. How is the presentation classes going? How are the presentation classes going? You want me to repeat the question?
Ma'am, we're discussing, ma'am. Like,
Okay. See, just not the discussion. When you say presentation, you have to present it. So assume that the other person is an interviewer and he asks you a question and you have to answer. So you have to think like, okay, I am in an interview now. Assume that you are in an interview and answer the way you're going to answer in an interview. Please answer in that manner. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, this is the task. I don't know if it is already told to you, but tomorrow morning, I want all of you to prepare on the self-introduction part. Forget about the other concepts discussion. Okay. Was any task given to you for tomorrow morning presentation class by anybody?
No.
Tomorrow
Okay.
morning we have a class.
Which class?
Charles.
Okay, but the 6:30 class
No,
about
ma'am.
that.
We are attending at 10 o'clock. We changed. Then 10:30.
Okay, fine. Okay, the other batch can start with this. Okay, self-introduction. So, however, you will be that will not be coinciding, right? So you'll get a lot of time. So please practice for self-introduction. You have the approach. What I want you to do now is go through these approaches. Okay, whichever you feel is better or whichever you feel is easy for you. Okay, I'm not saying just put down the same words or sentences. This is just a format that we have given. Okay, so please take a sheet of paper or your notebook, start writing what and all you have to say in your self-introduction, and even the project concepts or your skill set details are also covered in this approaches. Okay, I think there are two approaches that are shared with you. Okay, so please write some notes and try to practice the same thing even in the presentation class. So I want everybody to give self-introduction presentation tomorrow morning. I mean, whoever will be attending presentation class, okay? 10 or 10:30 batch students. So please practice, and tomorrow, as soon as we start tomorrow evening in the project class, I want each one of you whoever has practiced, so whoever will be attending 10 o'clock presentation class, I want everybody, I mean all of those, to give your self-introduction. And we'll be practicing on that. Now almost the project classes are almost over, but I have many other concepts that I'll be conveying. Okay, but in between we'll be implementing these kind of questions. Okay, now the real-time scenario question starts. Okay, good to go. Okay, so yeah, be prepared guys for tomorrow. Now, so the next question that I had to cover is, how will you get the builds? How will you get the builds? Was this covered in your manual class or anywhere? Do you guys know how you get the build?
From the developer, we will get the build.
Yes, ma'am.
So how is he giving you? He'll come to you and give it to you in a cover or a bag?
Like in URL format.
URI, URI, ma'am. URI with HTTPS method. And he will make use of distribution channel, Firebase for Android application, and for iOS it is test flight.
It will come in flight, huh? Okay.
Test flight, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry, I was just kidding. Okay. What about web application?
Web application URI, ma'am. URI.
Okay. How does he share that? Okay.
Maybe he'll just send it through email. He'll send the URI
fine.
and HTTP.
Fine. Yeah. So he's going to send it through via email. So please try to understand whatever you have answered, that holds good as a fresher or for manual class, that is fine. But I'm not saying that is wrong, but you have to have some in-depth knowledge on this. Exactly how it is done. Okay. So you need to understand about this. Now, if you're working on a web application, first let us cover web application. If you're working on a web application, every time, see, if you see here, if you're working on Amazon or Meesho, let's take Meesho, okay? www.meesho.com. This is the URL of Meesho application, Meesho web application, okay? Or Flipkart, whatever you take, whichever application. Okay, flipkart.com. This is the web application. This is web application. Okay, so when it comes to web, they're going to give you the URL. Okay, www.flipkart.com. Now, an email will be sent to you. Okay, an email will be sent to you which says that the new build is now available for the QA. Okay, the new QA build is now available for QA to perform testing. And which are all the stories? The stories that are available in this build are: 1, which is that story; 2nd, which is the story; 3rd, which is the story that is available. So they'll mention list of stories that are available in this build. That means the code changes consists of the changes for these many. Where is my Jira? Assume you got a build. In that build, you have the changes for this story. I mean, this story is now available in the QA environment. So that means they have given the build for this story and this story. Okay, this is one more story. Somebody has created it. Okay, there are 2 stories now. So these 2 stories are available. One is AMA 7 and AMA 13. So they're going to mention it here, saying that AMA 7, that is, what is that? Cart redirection enhancements. Cart redirection enhancements. And which one? Cancel order button. Guys, this is not a story. This has to be a bug. Okay, I'll say UI. UI updation or UI enhancement. Something like that. Okay, so these 2 stories are available in the QA now. Okay, for today, these 2 builds are available. Okay, tomorrow they might send one more build which consists of one more story. Okay, now this will be sent to you via email, and they're going to not just send it to you, they're going to tag your manager, your lead, okay, your test lead, right? So all these people will be in loop. Okay, now they're not just going to send it to you. You are the QA. They're actually sending it to the QA team. Okay, they'll include all the email IDs of all the team members who are working in the QA team, because everybody should be able to view this. Everybody should know which are all the stories that are available, because this story might be assigned to Manikya, but this story is assigned to the other person. Who's that? Sanjana. Okay, there might be one more person, one more story 3. I'll just generalize. Okay, story 3, this might be for Shrikant. This might be assigned to Shrikant. So developer, he doesn't have time to, okay, Shrikant, I have to add Shrikant. Sanjana, I have to add Sanjana. Manikya. Now you can see only 3 stories, but in real time, whenever they give builds, there can be 10 stories included. So they cannot add only those people. So instead, what they do, they'll send it to the group. There'll be a group email ID, okay, official ID. So they're going to send it to the team. So now it's your responsibility, okay, which is, assume Manikya is the QA who has to check. So it is my account, right? So what has been assigned to me? Okay, then I have to work or test on this particular story. Now he'll start with testing the first story, that is AMA 7, card reduction enhancement. So he'll start testing this story. Now, they are saying that the URL, they will just mention that the URL of the application is this. This is the URL. Okay. Actually, this is not required. Why? Because when I say it is a web application, sorry, it will be something like this. Okay. Actually, how does the URL look? Only this one will be production URL. This is the URL that you are going to use, right? As an end user. Yes or no? To access Flipkart. This is the URL, right? So this is the production URL. When it comes to the URL or the application which is actually pointing to QA server, it will be something like www.flipkart.com/QA. Okay, when it comes to dev environment, where dev will perform testing or he will look into the application how it looks. Okay, so that will be something like www.flipkart.com/dev, or it will be sometimes local or dev is nothing but the dev environment. Please remember this. Okay, and staging will be the same thing, which is actually pointing to staging. This is how it will look. Okay, the URLs will be like this. Okay, understood? So whenever you're testing, okay, you have to test it in this particular URL. You have to copy this and you have to search in the new tab. Okay, this is the notepad. Okay, so you have to search it in the new tab. And you have to continue testing. And be it any number of builds, when it comes to web application, you are always using this URL. There are chances that the URL might change, but most of the times this is the URL. So whenever it changes, you will be informed prior. Okay, but just for formality's sake, they're going to mention this in the email whenever you receive a bid, whenever you receive a mail. Okay, just the official way of conveying it to you that you have to use this URL. Clear on this? Web application, it's not required, but they'll have a standard format of sending the email. So they'll just mention that it is the QA server. Okay, you have to test it in QA environment. Clear on this, guys? Any questions? This is the sample URLs that I mentioned. Different URLs for different servers. Did you understand? Any questions? Yes or no?
Understand.
Everybody? You shouldn't have any doubts here.
Understood.
Okay. Do you know how test flight works? Guys, do you know, was that covered or not? No? It's okay. Just say yes or no. I'm just asking you. No, right?
We know the name, ma'am, but we don't know how it works.
Okay, fine. I'll just check if I can test flight app. Page. Actually, I might not get it. Just give me a second. I'll just see if I can get an image. App Store. These are the App Store images. I'll just try to share iOS builds. It's not clear. You will have mobiles. Settings. I'll just see if I can share it with you. Okay. This is the web portion. This is how the developers can see. But for testers, you have to. Okay. So just try to understand this. I'll see if I get any images. Okay. So basically, what happens? You have to install test flight on your iOS device or iOS testing device wherever you perform testing, right? So you have to install it. Install test flight on your iOS device. So now the developers are going to add, okay, or they're going to share it on test flight. Okay, so it will consist on the home screen itself. Okay, you can see number of versions one after the other, and the latest version will be shown on top. So per day, assume the developer is sharing you 2 to 3 builds per day. So you can see so many builds. Okay, yesterday's builds you can see, which will be below, and the latest builds will be shown on top. Okay, understood? So the latest will be shown on top, and whenever he informs you, how is he going to inform? He's going to mention it in the Slack channel, or he's going to ping you personally, or he's going to tell you verbally that I have shared the build. So now what you do, you go open the application, that is test flight. Okay, you open the application, and there next to that particular build version, you will have an install button, where once you click on install, your installation happens. The application will get installed. That particular build gets installed. Or if it is an updation, the updation will happen. If already you have the previous build, the updation will happen by default. And then you can start, open the application. That is whichever application you have. Say if it is Flipkart, you open that application, that means launch your application and start testing. Okay, this is how it works. And when it comes to Android, see, there are different distribution channels. So if it is a startup, how it will be, and if it is a well-established organization or some MNC, how it will happen. So if it is a startup, okay, if it is a startup, they are not going to pay and purchase all these channels. Okay, they do not have so much of money to waste on. Okay, I mean, they feel that it is waste of money. So what they do, in startups usually it will be quite unorganized. Okay, so what they do, they will have separate channels in your Slack, or any internal messengers they'll have, right? So there they will have separate channels or groups, where whenever the new build is released by any developer, he is going to announce it in that channel, and he's going to post the version of the build in that channel. So no other chats or information will be shared on that particular channel, because the latest build will be lost if there are people are messaging using it for some announcements or something else. So the last or the latest build will be lost somewhere. That is the reason they just post only the build information, latest build information. So this is the version that is available, the latest build. Okay, and that will be tracked, right? So since it doesn't get lost, you will be aware which is the latest build that is available. And whenever you get a notification that the new build is available, you just go there, okay, and you will have a file attached in the same channel. You will have the latest APK file attachment. So you just you just install it. Okay, you send it to your mobile, or sometimes your Slack will be used also on your mobile, right? The Slack is actually available both on web and mobile. Okay, web application and mobile application. If you have installed it on your mobile application as a mobile application, then you can install it right away from your Slack application on your mobile. Just tap on that and you will be proceeded with the installation flow. Okay, you can install the latest application and start testing. But if it is a well-established country, organization, then what you do? How do you do? What was actually taught? Which are all the distribution channels that you have for Android?
Firebase or Google. The
Yes.
Google.
Or Google? What was that?
Gmail, ma'am.
Okay, Gmail. So as I mentioned already, so in well-established organizations, they are going to use it with the help of additional tools like Firebase, or they are going to send even via email. They can send. I have experienced when I was working for Byju's. So they were actually sharing. That was a very good organization back then. Now Byju's has fallen down, but yeah, back then they were actually sharing all the APKs. I was working on mobile application testing. They were sharing all the builds on email. They did not have any other special tool to share the applications. They were sharing it on emails. No other messengers, no other tools were actually used for internal collaboration. Okay, it was just the Google Chat, and they were using emails for any other communication. I was actually wondering. So yeah, so you can also say that. But if you want to just go away from all these questions like what do you know about Firebase, if you just want to stay away from all these questions, the better or the safer point that you can mention is, safer way that you can answer is email. Be it web application or Android, you can say it as email. Okay, test flight, I'll share you the screenshot of the homepage for test flight. Okay. Any questions you have on this, guys? Any questions you have? Any doubts? Any other information you want? Yes, no, understood. Are you guys there? Huh.
Ma'am, Firebase with ma'am. Can you show that?
Firebase. I don't know if I get the. So this is the logo. Okay, you saw test flight, right? It will be like fan. 1 second, I'll just show this. Kind of fan. Okay, just remember these. Okay, this is the flow. Distribution. I'll just find it and share it with you if I get it. Okay.
Okay.
It's not that easy to get, but yeah, I'll see where I can get it. I'll just look at some of the videos. If I get it, I'll take a screenshot and share it with you. All right. Any other questions? Somebody else wanted to say something? I think Kavishri, you had something to say? Okay. Guys, how about the mobile application testing classes? Only Charles Proxy is pending for you.
Yes, ma'am, only Charles.
Okay. Okay, fine. We'll wind up the class for today. So tomorrow I'll be covering on how should you explain your project. Was this covered by Vasvana? How to explain your project?
No, ma'am.
Some information has been shared today. So please go through that. Okay. So when they ask you to explain your project, what are all the points that you need to cover? Okay. So tomorrow, as I mentioned, in your presentation class, please prepare on self-introduction and project. Okay, 2 points.
Ma'am, sir gave us some questions, ma'am. He asked us to ask during project class.
What was that?
What is
You
the
have-
duration? Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
What is the duration of your current project? And then everyone should know these answers, it seems.
Okay.
And in
I'll
your
be
project
covering these.
Okay.
I'll be covering these points anyways. I'll be covering. I have these points.
Yeah,
So that will be
that's it.
covered from my end. Okay. So I have a planning which like which concept has to be covered. But yeah, you can share those questions with me. Afreen, please do send me those questions if you have made a list. If you have written it, take a pic and please do share it with me on the WhatsApp. Okay. If there is anything that I might miss, so yeah, I'll cover that as well. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. If there's nothing, then we'll wind up for today. Please.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Okay.
I have one interview question.
Okay. Did you attend any interviews?
No.
No,
group
today,
classes
sir,
on interview
share
question.
the question.
Okay. What is it?
Give me the 5